All right, the simple idea of creating mini golf, but at a miniature pace. Now, every year during our Thanksgiving get together, I make a lot of games and I started incorporating 3D printing and everything. And I really wanted to make miniature golf courses, of course, but they take a lot of space. So I end up getting an idea of making a miniature. So I end up buying a miniature golf player that's easy to use and easy. It's simple for anybody to just get up and go. You don't even have to learn how to play golf. As long as you know how to just, it's like a trigger system pretty much. So I started creating all the miniature golfs courses that I can remember, and trying to make it something simple where everybody's going to remember the stuff. I started with the windmill. I started with the some courses that were familiar to other people, but it's just a tedious task. I was able to print out even uh, the enormous game board and also a Mario Land and other features. I mean, I had a blast creating this stuff, but when it came down to playing, it was a little difficult. It is something to get used to. I tried different combinations by creating different scenarios. I printed out all sorts of things. I spent so much filament on creating a miniature course, but it took me about 4 months of preparations to get everything done. And at the end, it was all well worth it. So we're going to show you a couple of things I created here. And I'm going to take you a little bit step by step into a journey that I created the stuff. And then let me spin this one, put it together. And I'm going to keep them away from the actual cardboard or foam because that's where it's going to be at. I'm going to clean this here. A little sponge ready for it. I just like to clean off any excessive stuff. I got a copper thing too, but this one not the best. But we're gonna do the next one. All right, let's see if the soldering works. So we're gonna go ahead and do this battery, and then we're gonna test it out. Hey, what do you know? Yeah, that is fast. I gotta slow it down. All right, the windmill, it was too fast to control. I This did not make it. So here I was testing a lot of different devices, different things I can do, but couldn't control the actual speed of it, and I just had to scrap this because it was getting too close to the deadline. So I kept moving on with different things. All right, let me explain to you about these two different courses. We had about 7 courses that overall. Now, if you guys can remember this is an actual replica of Operations, and then this one is a Super Mario Brother make believe land, pretty much. Now, I ended up printing pretty much all the parts. If you see all the parts were actually blocking the players from going to the actual nose, and on the Super Mario Brother, I just printed a lot of little those pipes, and also a ramp with moving, rotating turtles. So they had to get the first challenge just to go over the actual turtles, and this actually was a really challenging part of it, but it was fun. I mean, these are a couple of the games I got that I was able to print out. Now on the Operations, I was able to find the actual pieces, and I increased the size of them to almost 600 percentage, so I could be able to print the actual pieces. But at the end, the it was like my favorite one because it looked exactly like the actual game, and it was very challenging. I mean, people had issues trying to even make it to the whole one, and it was fun. Now on the Mario, I would actually didn't add no bumpers, but I wish I did, and because I was running out of time, I was just able to just add certain things in here and there, but not bumpers, and that's something I next time I'll print them out. Now, it took me quite a while to print all these things out, because on the Mario, I did wanted to bring some question mark blocks, the pipes, and the turtles and at the end, I did even put a piranha plant. I did create other challenges that were actually rotating and moving mechanical stuff is what took me a long time, but I found little shortcuts here and there. Printing this ramp I increased the size and actually had to increase the width of it too from Maker World. Pretty much everything you can find in Maker World. All right. The only thing I printed out of here was the actual bolt. And I ended up making a hole into the bolt and a ramp out of the boat. So all they had to do is just make it through the little entrances, and that's pretty much it. It was a little challenging, but it took everyone a couple of tries. And if you guys can see, there's a little hole in there, and it was very challenging. And the base of it, I couldn't print it out, so I made a lot of it out of foam. And like I said, I didn't print the whole entire courses, but I was creating pieces by pieces. Next year, maybe I'll have something more complete than what I created. But like you guys see, I did put the windmill, but I did not turn it on. It was too fast for the system, so I end up scrapping the actual spinning of it. But it was just the nostalgia of miniature golf, so it was fun. All right. If you guys been to Chuck E. Cheese, this is pretty much what it is. It's the rolling balls, but at a miniature area. So this was a little bit challenging. I had to put glue some pieces of wood on the actual foam. I did print out the ramp that the actual where the balls are supposed to hit the Chuck E. Cheese ramps, and I increased the size to almost 1,000. And I printed that on my actual Cobra Max, and it was able now, the only thing I had to add, these cardboards on the side so the theme won't pop out. So after printing that out, I mean, I had to test it out myself, and at the same time, we had to make it look good too. Unfortunately, we didn't get to paint everything because, like I said, it was me by myself printing all the devices and testing it out and making sure it was working and having fun for everybody to use. So all right, for this game, I did print out the actual Battlefield game, and it's very simple. I kind of modified it. I made it where there was a lot of indentations, and pretty much you could land anywhere in the blue and the red. I was trying to make it simple where there's no ships involved. It was just pretty much making it in a color coordination. And of course, I created a wall, but the wall was a little bit more like it was supposed to be a ramp instead of a wall, and it created a little friction where it acted more like a wall. Um, Kind of had to modify certain things, but like I said, I didn't have too much time to recreate a lot of the stuff. It was fun. People find it challenging and fun for everybody to play with. Overall, the family had a lot of fun, but this one goes into the books. We're not going to read do this again. It was a little challenging. If I do it, I'm gonna have to do it differently. It took me quite a while to actually put the pieces together. Challenging part was putting mechanical things. If I would do the whole thing over again, I think I would start in the beginning of the year, give me more time to actually do it, and then maybe put more cosmetic to it, like paint to it, more characters. Make it a lot easier because a lot of them were a little challenging. I did create it a lot more that I couldn't put them in here because they were more challenging, and I kind of had to take them out so everybody can have fun instead of waiting for the next person to play. So we had to shorten it out to less boards and for a faster time. And everybody had a blast. They never seen something like this before, and it was my first time doing miniature golf on a mini golf course. So hope you guys enjoy this great 3D printing journey.